Hi, it's Jnwynn with Scraptastic Yarns Podcast. Today is Saturday. I don't know what the date is. I'm lost. I want to say it's November the 13th. Nope, October the 13th. See my finger? I picked up a magic marker that was bleeding. Can't get rid of it. So now I have a very pink finger. We went to get groceries today, and of course we ate out at our favorite Mexican restaurant, Reyes Teca. And I am going to post a picture here of the altar for Los Dias de Muertos that they have set up. And here's that picture. And while at Walmart, I got a couple of buttons. I had purchased L'Oreal's of the dabbling hooks, the second 2-button cowl that she just recently released. So I got some buttons to go on that, but that has to go in the future bag with the yarn that I got for that. Because, I gotta get these whips finished first. Gotta try to get things done without starting something new. The struggle is real, folks. And then I got this. I thought it was just absolutely cute. It's one of those badge things. When I go get groceries, I have a clipboard, a small clipboard, that I put my grocery list on with the small, the small legal tabs, tablet notebooks. And so I always have a pen. Problem is that pen gets lost. So I'm going to figure out some way to fix this, attach this. I'll probably take the back off, glue this on to the top of the, or maybe I'll just glue the whole thing even with the clip right to the top of the clipboard, and then fasten something to the pen so that I can attach it this way and use it, because I'm so tired of losing pens, it's not even funny. Granted, I can go to the Dollar Tree and get a big pack of, 12 for $1. It's the idea of constantly buying pens, losing them, and then I'll see them in the parking lot after we've run over them. So, yay. I took a little video footage of the drive on the way up to State College today. Today was game day, and game day in State College can be kind of stressful because you have so many people walking around. They've kind of got googly eyes. It's like they don't know what's going on. And then you get those rowdy ones. They've been out tailgating out in the parking lot of Walmart. And, they're drunk and they come in to get some more stuff to take to the game. And it can get kind of ugly sometimes. But I decided I was going to try to stay in a good mood today. So far, that's happened. I noticed they're really getting Christmas stuff out. Last week, for the past 2 weeks, they've had like maybe 1 or 2 aisles where they're starting to fill up Christmas items. They've already got that back room where normally the garden stuff is. That's already filled with Christmas stuff. They were putting up the sign for Christmas shop. And of course, a lot more Christmas items. We haven't even got through Halloween. Halloween's my favorite holiday. Oh, we haven't even got to that point yet. So there's a part of me that's like, oh, we're already putting Christmas stuff up. And I realized as well as that, walking around the store in Walmart, they've already got a buttload of Christmas fabrics. I hate this time of year because you get people who want Christmassy related items. When you make them, then they never do follow through. So, I may or may not make Christmas bags. I haven't decided yet, but we'll see how that goes. My husband today and I, on the way home, we were talking about, somehow we'd got onto the subject of security background checks, because I was telling him about a friend of mine that she had to have it even at the hospital, to work at the hospital as volunteer, and that when she got the paperwork to run the security background check on her, they had misspelled her maiden name. So of course she had to go and refile all the paperwork to get that redone and everything. And he was telling me about the university, which, ever since the Sandusky issue, now the universities here in their infinite wisdom passed something where you have to have a background check if you're working with children. And of course, the children he is working with are college-age students, but you also have to remember that sometimes there are kids that are in the AP classes that have transferred up to university classes ahead of time. Some of them may have been emancipated minors, so, that makes sense to have that background check. But every 2 years they change it around, they have to redo a new one. And he was complaining about the one with the Me Too movement because of the new films you have to watch, about sexual harassment, all those kind of things. But he said that with the Me Too thing, many times he has students who will confide in him things that they do not want other people to know, or whatever, for whatever reason. And he honors that. He doesn't do that. Not even with me. And he was talking about the fact that with this new whole thing of believing females, regardless of what they say, whether there is any evidence or anything, you have to follow through, that kind of thing. But what he was complaining about was with the new films they've come out with, that if you see a couple that are dating and they are having an argument in the hallway, and females sometimes when they get upset will slap their boyfriends, that he has to report that. By law, he has to report that as sexual harassment of the male. He also talked about that many times when male students are, in an argument, someone will go to walk off because they're mad. The other person will grab the arm. And according to these new rules, he has to report that. He said the other thing is if a student comes to them, and say it's female, says, we were at a party, I got really wasted, I woke up, I don't know if I had sex with the guy that I woke up with, I don't think I did, but, I'm kind of worried about it, what should I do? And in the past, what he has done is referred them to go to the infirmary or to go to a public health center to have themselves checked, to do a birth, those kind of things if they're worried about it. And generally, a lot of times the students will say, well, I don't want anybody to know about this. And, he would honor that. Well, now he has to inform them that since they have told him he has to report it. There are some good things about the Me Too movement, and there are some bad things about the Me Too movement. And, yeah, he's kind of stuck in a hard place that if a student comes to him and tells him something confidential, and it's any way sexually related, physical abuse, whatever, he has to inform them that he has to report it. Now, generally what he has been doing this year, because he's had some students in the class that were joking around, you know, kids are kids, people are people. They may be joking around about sexually harassing each other or, you know, comments or whatever that can be taken one way or the other. Sexual innuendo. He will tell them that now, this year, he is supposed to report them. So, you may not be able to joke about something that you may have perfectly been fine before. It's not a good thing. So, and he's quite upset about it because, like he said, there are students that come to him confidentially and they don't want it let out, and he now has to tell them he cannot listen to them. He'll have to send them on to someone else. And of course, by that same thing, you know, we were talking about the fact that, well, if you send them to a health professional, they may or may not be able to keep it quiet because of new laws that are being passed. And some of it is quite ridiculous. And I said, yeah, but what's funny is if you go to a doctor's office, they can't say your last name because that violates the HIPAA laws. How does this not violate it? It just gets a little confusing at times. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, ladies, you know, I had 3 boys. And I gotta tell you, sometimes boys do stupid things, say stupid things. So you have to be careful because, you know, before I would tell the boys, that's not the way that you treat a lady. It's not nice. You don't do that to your girlfriends, whatever. And nowadays, something simple may simply get them into trouble with the law and ruin their lives. Same goes for girls. So that's where I find the studies about people who find things that are politically correct, you know, a high number feel like it's gotten to a ridiculous point. And you can understand that when you see those kind of things. So, I don't know. It gets a little crazy. I had told you about the number of hats that we had done yesterday. I believe I told you about we had figured we'd had sent up about 1,320 roughly newborn hats, but I didn't include the video. Took a little video of those hats that we're turning in this month, so I will insert this at the very end. And folks, I'll see you again tomorrow. Maybe in my jammies tomorrow. I'm a firm believer in Pajama Day. And to me, Pajama Day means you don't have to go out and do anything. Don't have to go out in public. If you don't want to get dressed, you can stay in your pajamas all day. When I was working, I used to call it a mental health day. You just do things you want to do, not things you have to do. So, I think tomorrow may be a pajama day. I will see you again soon. Remember, everyone, choose to be kind. Bye.